Everyone get out!
Hello tankers and tankettes, welcome to a short video on a particular subject. This is kind of on the back of one of the questions that was asked under the most recent Q&D video, and because I'm only putting those out like roughly once a month at the moment, I might increase it a little bit, but it's kind of like I do those and I get to a certain point and I think, oh, I should probably do another one of those now. It's been long enough. But rather than wait for the next one, I decided I would address this specific question just now, and that is regarding viewer submissions. People have asked me in various ways, in various forms, in various places, how, well, two things they've asked me really. How do I decide which replays I'm actually going to feature? And also, do I watch every replay I get sent? I'm going to actually answer the second question first because it's a really simple answer. No. I am going to qualify that a bit though. I used to. When I started out, when I had... I think I started doing viewer submissions probably even when I had less than 1,000 subscribers. And at that point it was perfectly feasible to sit down and watch all the viewer replays that got sent to me because there weren't that many sent to me. In terms of time, it was absolutely fine. I could sit down once a day and it would be like 2 or 3 replays. But now I've reached a stage where that just isn't possible, and I think it would have been around maybe the 3,000, 4,000 subscriber mark, and I decided at that point, because it was taking up increasing amounts of time, I could try and stick with it, but it would just keep, you know, there would be an element of inflation in terms of time. It would keep taking up more time to do this. So at that point I changed my mind and I decided I was going to start relying on the information that you guys give me, and this leads me into answering the first question second, because I like to do things in a totally logical manner, right? How I decide which replays to actually watch as opposed to pick, because obviously that's the secondary stage, or you know, that's the state, you know, you have to watch the things first basically. How I decide which ones I'm going to watch is based on the information that you guys and gals give me, and that is partly based on scores, and this is why I like you to send me links to WotReplays, or at a pinch some other kind of replays site, or even the replay file but with the score screens attached. Don't just send me a replay file on its own, I probably won't watch that. But I look at the scores, I look at the medals, and okay, that gives me a bit of information, but the match might have been entertaining for reasons totally not connected with the end scores. Sometimes that's the case. So what I also rely on is the information that you tell me in the submission email, and this is why I prefer you to send them, in fact I ask you to send them via the email that I set up specially, because it was getting a bit silly. People were sending me links through YouTube, through Facebook, through Duckster, through Twitch, and it was getting a bit messy trying to keep track of which ones I had looked at, which ones I was actually going to use for the channel. So one central place for all the replays to come into, I created that, and even now I still get people sending me like YouTube messages and send them to my email please. It's in the comments, it's in the description of every single video now. It used to be you could find it on my Facebook page and in the about section on YouTube, but people were still not noticing it, so it's now underneath every single video I put up, so bear that in mind. So what is really useful to me is if you say something about the match. It doesn't have to be a massively detailed description, but it has to give me basic information, you know, what tank was it, maybe some idea of the score or the medals that you got, and also what happened in the match. Just give me a couple of sentences about why this match is interesting, why you think I should watch this particular match. Because I can't, these days I have reached, I'm nearly at 10k subs now. It would be quite time consuming to watch every single one that gets sent to me, so I'm like I said, I decided long ago, because it was increasing in time, that I'm not going to do that anymore, and I'm going to stick with that, because to get back into it now, I would have a lot to look at, a lot. I would spend days and days and days doing it, not putting out any videos, just watching replays. I don't think you guys want that really, but the more information you give me to go on, the more likely I am to decide a particular match is interesting, and there's always going to be, I'm not necessarily going to do things in a linear order. Sometimes I feature recently submitted replays, sometimes it's older ones. And how I tend to do this is I will go looking for a particular class of tank, or even a particular tank, and I will sit down and watch a bunch of replays from that particular tank, and then I'll pick one, or sometimes even two. Sometimes there's two really good ones, and that's how you get viewer spotlight double features cropping up, is because I just can't decide, basically. So hopefully this gives you some more information about my whole process, and hopefully it improves the quality of information I'm getting given as well. Most of you are already pretty good at this. They're saying something about the matches that you're submitting to me, but I still, even now, get people just submitting a file with absolutely no text whatsoever. I'm probably not going to look at that, and it's a pity because there's probably some hidden gems in there that I'm just missing totally because I don't have the time to sit and watch every unmarked file that is sent to me. So bear all this in mind in future, and don't get mad at me if I can't put yours up, because I can't put up every single one, unfortunately. I'd love to be able to do more. That's one of the things, if I had better internet, I would do more viewer submissions, but there's that balance. I have to keep a balance in there. I'm trying to do about at least a third of my tanks replays as being viewer submissions, and that seems to be a fairly good balance so far. But yeah, like I said, I would like to do more. It's just internet says no. So hopefully, like I said, this clears things up. If you have any questions or anything still, you can ask them in the comments below. You can hit the like button, you can subscribe to my channel, and of course, as always, stay tuned for more.